Hi, today is January 22nd, 2024, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 118 for the year, The Language of the Little Trees. Yesterday, you could still see discarded trees on certain side streets of the Upper West Side. I saw two little trees who seemed to be chastising a bigger one. "You did this," said one of the little trees. "You fucked us up, and now we're homeless." And the other little one said, "Yeah, fuck you. You really fucked us." I was shocked. I was a bit shocked by the language of the little trees, but they were clearly very pissed off and probably frightened, and maybe it was the bigger tree's fault. Poem number 119, No Lessons. Some of them pushed it away. Some of them dug a big hole and buried it. Some of them ignored it. Some of them ran away from it. Some of them denied its existence, and some of them confronted it and were defeated. The odds were long and the prognosis was bleak, but eventually whatever it was went away. No lessons were learned. Poem number 120, Letting Go. Letting go can be liberating or oppressive or both, can feel like the right thing or the wrong thing or both, can be a burden removed or an added burden or both, because once you've let go of one thing, you can suddenly have a much clearer picture of the many, many other things there are to hold on to. Poem number 121, Paper Mache. It occurred to her that it had been decades since she had created with paper mache. The last time she had fucked with that shit, she was probably like 7 or 8, maybe younger. It was a bright and beautiful morning, and she didn't have jack fuck to do, so she bought some newspapers from a corner stand, then bought some glue and aluminium foil. Actually, she bought aluminum foil, but preferred to call it aluminium foil. At home, she tore the paper into strips and wadded up the foil into a ball and poured a bunch of glue into a bowl, along with some water, and mixed it up with a paintbrush from last autumn's painting job, then dipped the strips of paper in the mix, attached them thoughtfully onto the foil, and within a half an hour one was done. And she created several more that day. She had a great time with paper mache. Poem, and the last poem of the day, poem number 122, The Turning Around. It started out so bad, but then it turned around. It had been so bad before the turning around that the joy of the turning around was easily 10 times more joyful than it would have been if it had just been an average crappy morning rather than the piece of shit fucked up morning that it was. The turning around was like coming in from a crazy cold winter storm, like taking a long shower after having been immersed in a giant vat of vomit, like being able to tap dance after being hit by a truck and breaking several limbs, like being able to love again with a heart no longer torn to shreds. One wondered whether the awfulness was worth it, as it made the turning around so very much better, or whether the awfulness was just awful and not worth it at all. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.